Ricky Kidd is opening up about his new freedom and the challenges he faces starting over after 23 years in prison. He sat down with investigative reporter Angie Racono to talk about what's next.
What do you want people to know?
That wrongful convictions in the United States is a silent crisis. There is a belief from different studies from universities that 2 to 5% of the U.S. prison population is wrongfully convicted. At 2.4 million, you're talking about 120,000 individuals. 120,000 individuals spread it among 50 states, you're talking about over 2,000 people in each state if it was equally spread it out. But those are alarming numbers.
Ricky Kidd has only been free for less than a week. It's clear what he will do next: fight for others who remain in prison, like his friend Lamar Johnson.
Lamar's my best friend.
Johnson's lawyers and even the prosecutor all agree he's innocent. But tonight, Johnson remains in jail.
How defensive the state of Missouri has become towards truth, where the prosecutor is saying that he's innocent and laid out a strong case of what made him innocent, a strong case of corruption. What reality are we living in where the state of Missouri wakes up and rejects that or pushes back against that? That's scary to me. That's scary to me. And that should be scary to all of us because it could be anybody. That means it could be anybody. That means they're not interested in the truth no more.
I want to ask you about the fact in Missouri that you will not receive compensation according to law right now. Neither will Lamar Johnson, because neither of your cases hinge on DNA. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
I think they're ducking. They're clearly ducking the reality. They're clearly ducking their responsibility that when you send a man to prison for 23 years, we make mistakes sometimes. But be willing to stand up. That's what we teach our children. That when you make a mistake, you say, I'm sorry. Everybody do it in their household typically. But somehow they become grown-ups and they go work for the Attorney General's office or these other offices, and they forget that. A mistake has been made. It's clear that a mistake has been made. You owe the man an apology and some form of compensation. I don't see anything hard about that. I don't see why we shouldn't be trying to work on policy changes to change that in the foreseeable future.
Most of our conversation focused on justice, how hard it is to overturn a wrongful conviction. We also discussed how the world has changed in 23 years.
Tell me about the self-checkout.
I see these look like cash registers, and I said, where's the people? I said, well, how you do that? And she was like, check yourself out. I said, I've been locked up. She's like, ah. So she started, they're rude. They take your money. They like snatch your money. I remember where you stick the money in, it takes it in real slow when I got locked up. But I stuck the money in, it said, like it didn't want me to change my mind or anything. I found that fascinating. It was funny in the moment. And a couple of staff were standing by and they were laughing. I said, you need to teach your automation or whatever some manners there. It's like snatching out of your hand. I felt like I got the money snatched out of my hand.
That was Angie Racono reporting. Ricky Kidd has set up a GoFundMe to help with his expenses. You can find a link to that on our website. And you'll also find a link to a book that he wrote that's now available on Amazon. It takes you inside the mind of an innocent person.